In 2009, I was fortunate to have one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I traveled to the Canadian Arctic in Nunavut, just outside Pawn Inlet in northern Baffin Island, and it was here that we traveled to the floe edge, where the open ocean meets the ice. This is where all the animals, the whales, the seals, and the polar bears come to feed. At one point, we got to place a microphone in the water, and we could actually hear the undersea community chit-chatting to each other. It was unforgettable. So fast forward to 2010, I find myself once again in the Canadian North. In fact, I'm in Whitehorse in the Yukon. The reason I'm here, well, Mercedes-Benz gave me a call and said, "Hey Brad, would you like to test drive one of our vehicles by driving from Whitehorse up to Inuvik in the Northwest Territories?" Well, I jumped at the opportunity, figured to be driving one of their rough and tumbly kind of off-road vehicles, right? No, in fact, they told me you're going to be driving the smart car. That's right, the toy car on icy roads all the way up to Inuvik. I couldn't believe it. In fact, a friend of mine responded by saying to me, "Brad, that doesn't sound very smart to me." And I kind of agreed with him. So the first thing I did when I got here to Whitehorse, I found one of the people from Mercedes-Benz and I asked them the obvious question: why?
What the hell are we doing here?
Well, we were asked if we'd like to drive these smart cars to Inuvik. I believe that the idea is to demonstrate that they're quite handy vehicles in the cold weather, and just because of their diminutive size, it doesn't mean that they have, diminutive abilities. So that's what we're about to see.
I couldn't put it better myself.
Over the last 5 years, we have been able to establish the brand here in Canada. It's well known. We have an absolutely dedicated customer base. It's growing day over day. And the reason why we are here now is because I believe the potential is still bigger. And that's the reason why we decided to bring the Smart here to a place which is totally not urban.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to leave in a convoy of smart cars from Whitehorse, drive up to Dawson City, just over 500 kilometers, overnight, then head up the famous Dempster Highway to Inuvik in the Northwest Territories, and come all the way back down again to Whitehorse, about 2,700 kilometers.
This was not like a road in the conventional sense. This is an ice road. It's a road made of ice. It's got ruts in it, and it's got stones, and there's covered in snow. It's very slippery. It's quite a challenge to drive on this in any kind of vehicle.
Surreal at times. I mean, I felt like I drove 2,600 kilometers in a snowstorm.
What do you worry about most?
I don't worry about anything. We're going to Inuvik. I worry about pea brakes, but don't put that on there.
What was that?
No, because, we don't have many places to stop along the way. So, we have to not drink too much so that when nature calls, we can stop at a place where the bears don't share the facilities.
The Smart project has been started early in the 80s when a colleague of ours, Johan Tomforde, started to develop a plan to bring a microcar to the road.
The Smart was introduced to Canada for the 2006 model year. We got them in 2005, and I think people were really enthusiastic, more enthusiastic than Mercedes expected. That said, I do believe that the vehicle is something of a curiosity. It's unusual, it's a niche vehicle. A niche vehicle by definition is not going to appeal to the mainstream. If it was, it wouldn't be a niche.
First of all, it's a rear-engine, rear-wheel drive setup powertrain. It also has all of the Mercedes safety features such as ESP, ABS, traction control, so the vehicle is very, very safe.
Sorry, I thought it was a woman driving.
Of course, it's slow off the ground. I mean, your ground clearance is very low, and we realized it a couple of times when we stayed in small snowbanks, you won't go in deep snow. If you have a cottage outside of the main town and you have deep snow roads, no.
The first generation was equipped with a diesel engine, a 6-speed transmission. The new one now has a gasoline engine and a 5-speed automatic transmission. The wheelbase is a little bit longer. The suspension has been refined, so the road behavior is much better, less choppy. It gives the occupant driver a better feel for the road and more comfort.
Guys, when we get a big transport truck, we'll be calling it transports, and it's highly recommended that you slow down just a little bit so you don't get blown off the road.
Truck was an experience because you have to keep in mind that there's a film of snow covering the road. So basically when a semi passed, basically you had a cloud of snow for a couple of seconds. So basically you were snowblind. After the first couple of ones, you get the hang of it.
Good job, guys. You see how tight that is, right?
Sort of missed a corner there.
So here's the question. Where were you 32 years ago? I know some of you weren't even a glint in your father's eye. As for me, well, I was in diapers, but found time to get Motoring TV off the ground. And today I like to think we've got one of the best automotive video libraries in the world. If you agree, please give us the thumbs up and also subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.